Oops. Oh my goodness, what's going on? I get the short chair. Look at, I'm taller than that. What is
Who
this?
did that? Yeah, it's like a high chair. I don't know.
That is.
Permitted.
Stop it.
All right, we'll get started with opening statements from Curt, followed by questions for players only.
Another competitive close game with two teams obviously trying to establish an identity moving forward in our builds between the two teams. Our teams mirror each other in a lot of ways, defensive and offensive philosophical approaches to the game. So wasn't surprised that it was a close game going into the fourth quarter. Disappointed with us in the fourth quarter. They only had 4 points off turnovers through the first three quarters and had 13 of their 26 points in the fourth quarter off turnovers. So turnovers were a big factor in the fourth quarter. Thought just some simple ball screens on the wing bothered us. But again, do you let your defense be affected by not making shots? And tonight we missed a lot of quality open looks. And we have to learn and grow through. Our defense can't suffer, and we got to keep competing when we're missing open shots. But again, we're just going to keep working and keep plugging. I thought Rickea had an unbelievable first half. We rode her a lot. We're only able to get her 3 or 4 shots in the second quarter or second half with them trying to take her out. And we've got to be able to make adjustments and continue to find her opportunities that way. But again, Rickea continues to step up and show, just the high level that she can play at that we saw in that first half.
All right, questions for players, Infinity.
Hey, DJ from Infinity TV. Quick question, just piggybacking right off of Coach Miller's talk about the turnovers tonight. What was the main factor for the turnovers? Was it physicality? Was it playmaking and defense? And the question can go for either player.
I think their pressure just kind of had us sped up. Even when we were on offense and we got wide open shots, we were kind of rushed. I know I rushed on a couple shots, so I think they just from the beginning were really aggressive and physical with us, and just really scrappy. They were tipping a lot of balls and stuff, and I think it just had us really sped up.
Hey, so this won't be for you, Rickea, Michael Matthew here. Just for you to get off to that great start, just kind of just talk us through the zone that you were in, and what do you think made it so tough for them, or made it tough for you in the second half?
First half, I just saw it going in. I've been working on trying to be more efficient with my 3-ball and just taking the shots. Second half, the focus was, more on me a little bit, and there was still a couple shots that I felt like I was a little short on, but it is what it is. I don't know.
David.
Hey, this question is for Azura. As somebody who's won a championship in this league, and someone that's been on a couple different teams, just kind of what do you see in terms of, the kind of natural progression of a young team, because it seems like you guys have had a couple of games like this where, you managed to stay in it, for most of the game. And then the fourth quarter, things just kind of get away from you there, just kind of what do you see in terms of, how a young team progresses?
Yeah, I think it's in these type of years, it's a lot of growth happening. We have obviously, even before Cam got hurt, we had 2 rookies starting, and that's a lot of pressure on them. But it's a lot of experience for them as well. So it's good growth, but it's growing pains. We have to work through a lot of these things, and we have to find a way to close out games. And I think we're starting to see that. We've been seeing that. We've been in a lot of games. It's not like we've gotten blown out a lot this season. We've been in a lot of close games, and we have to find ways to really lock in at the end and take advantage and really get the lead at the end. And we have a lot of newer players who haven't necessarily played this amount of minutes before. So I think it's just a lot of growing pains, but we're trying to build the right culture here. We're trying to do the right things, even though the results aren't necessarily coming out in wins. But I know it's important to build good habits, championship habits, and we're trying to do that every day. So the wins will come. We have to continue to grow and work through that and, stay in the gym and stay connected. But a lot of the stuff in the locker room and just different culture habits that we're trying to build are important for winning. And once the wins come, like it'll make it even better that we've started to implement a lot of that stuff, even through all the losses.
Thank you.
Last question for players. Infinity.
Hey, so question for both of you guys. With us celebrating the late great Kobe Bryant's birthday today, and then tomorrow in LA, it's Mamba Day. I just wanted to ask you, like, what type of inspiration on the court, or in life in general, has the life of Kobe Bryant brought to both of you?
Yeah, I mean, Kobe's one of the greatest players to ever play. So obviously we were all really impacted by his death. And I mean, I think just the way that he approached the game impacted so many people, just even for life. He was so serious about his craft, and we got to all witness that. So rest in peace to him and all the other people who died. But I mean, he's just one of the greatest players to ever play, and his discipline and his, respect for the game just inspired all of us on and off the court.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
I have a question for Coach.
Okay. That's chair. Okay.
All right, questions for Curt?
Hey, Coach, DJ from Infinity TV. My question to you tonight is, how do you manage, as Rickea Jackson was just here, you can see that she's visibly disappointed in the results here, but you're working to coach to the future. You're giving her a chance and an opportunity to get some experience. How do you personally handle the disappointments and encouraging her that the wins and the sun is coming out tomorrow, in a sense?
Yeah, I think that obviously, when we wake up tomorrow, she's going to realize that she played one heck of a first half. And she was, as she mentioned, some of the subtle things we've talked to her about this behind the scenes was not to hesitate. And at times, she's almost patient to a fault within her offensive game, and felt like she's had some opportunities to stay really aggressive early on her catches. And tonight she shot the ball with confidence as soon as she got it. And again, we were running a lot of actions, and the ball was going through Rickea in that first half, and just had a tremendous half. We knew the adjustments were coming and the focus to them. They're a big congestion team in the paint. It was hard to get Rickea free in the paint in the second half. And then we got sped up in the fourth quarter, and we had multiple turnovers in transition. We got a little frantic as the score started to leak away from us, and we weren't able to truly play through Rickea. So you see that disappointment because she was having such a great game. But, we just got to keep reminding her that don't let the offensive end affect the defensive end, and that even when she's not getting those shots because the defense is keen on her, she can go impact us at the defensive end. And that she's had a great growth since May at the defensive end. Still just got a long way to go. But, it's really made strides at the defensive end. So just going to be positive with her. And she's such a big key for us headed into the future in this build.
Coach, when it comes to De'Erica, it seems like since the Olympic break, things have been like a little tougher for her. She was dominating earlier in the year, looking like one of the top, 10 players in the league. Is it some of the fatigue from her doing so much early and playing the Olympics that's leading to this? Or are teams just kind of honing in more on her and trying to do as much as they can to take away her on the offensive end?
Yeah, I think obviously the numbers speak to game plans. And as we, anyone that looks at our film and watches us play and sees the stats, De'Erica is such an integral part of what we do, almost a double-double every night. She almost had another double-double tonight, and really we found it hard to find her any kind of space in the paint. They were sending multiple players at her. As soon as she caught the ball anywhere near the paint, they kind of really congested driving lanes where De'Erica can be good in driving lanes. So there was a concerted game plan against De'Erica, and she's earned that right. So, we just got to keep trying to put De'Erica in positions to be successful when those defensive game plans are centered around her, and keep doing that. Again, she still went 9 and 10, but we got to get her more shot selection, more shots, and we got to continue to get her in the space that she can find success. Tonight, though, it was a night where I thought De'Erica could have had a big assist total night, and it just didn't materialize because we missed so many open shots. So they got the ball out of De'Erica's hands, but we couldn't take advantage of making open shots. Again, we took 27 threes, and I'm not sure how many were contested. There were a ton of open threes tonight. We just didn't have a great night shooting the ball.
Thank you.
Ray.
Hey, Coach, Ray Murray from Spring Tribune. I probably should have asked this last game, but what was the thought process on putting Steph Talbot in the starting lineup?
Yeah, again, Steph is a big time warrior for us, and such a glue person. She plays both ends. She's one of our best defenders and can guard multiple positions and is physical. And we can run multiple schemes with her because she can switch on the post players and really battle. So love her motor, love her physicality, love her ability to play at both ends. She's unselfish. She doesn't need shots. She's been one of our per minute played higher assist people. She does a good job within our offenses of getting balls to the right players. So, we wanted to take a look at being bigger and look at that. She's coming off the Olympics, where she's also Australia's glue player and hard player for Australia to take off the floor. So, again, she missed some shots tonight that she's capable of making, but again, she does so many of the intangible things that we like.
Thanks.
Thank you, Curt.
Thank you.